She resisted the urge to max out her card with an impulse purchase, but damn, it was tough. She really wanted to find out if the magical lipstick was permanently kiss-proof. In the news, Congress was trying to pass a new law requiring all paranormal individuals to self-identify and register in some kind of national database. Yeah, that won't end well. And some douchebag senator in Iowa wanted even sterner sanctions, special housing projects, and tracking devices. Someone else had proposed a tax on supernaturals. How does that even make sense? And good luck enforcing it. She shook her head and went back to window shopping. So many cool magic items she'd love to get her hands on. For Iris, life hadn't changed that much. The paranormal communities were still close-knit, and most didn't reveal themselves readily, even if a few people had identified themselves for clout and were giving interviews about what it was like growing up other among humans. Some were pursuing a fortune or building social media empires, capitalizing on the interest focused their way. I can't even do that. Too bad. It would help the shop. Sighing, she trudged to her room, currently crammed with supplies for her jewelry-making business, but nobody was buying the finished products. She'd invested in the idea, but she hadn't earned more than $20 on her pieces. She supposed she could register as a driver, but she was scared of letting strangers get in her car. Iris lowered her head. It was ridiculous that she was afraid of so many things. Pacing back to the dining room, she feverishly tried to think of a solution. Do I have anything left to sell besides my car? You owe me $600, Frederick said. Iris let out a cry, juggled her phone, and then dropped it, screen down because, of course. That was how her luck ran. When she picked it up, there was a tiny nick on the corner, exactly what she didn't need today. I didn't even hear him come in. Stifling a squeak, she spun to face Frederick. She'd been dodging the others, Regina, Frederick, and Candace, for the last week, even though she had nowhere to go. The diner staff was sick of her ordering a cup of coffee and staying for hours, while the Dollar Cinema didn't seem to care if she stayed all day. But now it was too late. Frederick tapped her shoulder briskly. Did you hear me? Where's my money? He owned the house and had rented 3 of the 4 bedrooms. It was a decent place, decorated in bachelor style, and everyone was nice enough. But like everywhere else Iris had lived, she didn't quite fit. Frederick hadn't even wanted to rent to her in the first place, since she didn't have a day job, but Iris had gone to high school with Regina, and she vouched for Iris. Now Regina was mad because Iris was making her look bad, and Candace was tired of the tension. Everyone quietly wanted Iris gone, but she had to pay them first. She raised her gaze from the polished oak dining table, trying to figure out what to say. Sorry, I'm broke was only 3 words, but she couldn't make herself say them, mainly because she'd said them so often, and she'd burned through any goodwill the others felt for her. But before Regina and Candace arrived to exacerbate the situation, the doorbell rang. I'll get it, she said swiftly. Iris raced past Frederick to the front door, where a postman in a blue uniform asked her to sign for a certified letter. That's never good news. I hope it's not another bill that I let slide until it went to collections. The way her luck ran, it probably was, and the return address stamp on the envelope only reinforced that impression. Digby, Davis, and Moore sounded like a law firm. I hope I'm not being sued. She didn't want to read it, but the alternative was facing Frederick, so she closed the door with a quiet snick, blocking the early autumn breeze. Through the window, she watched the leaves skitter on the sidewalk, caught by that same wind. She tore open the packet and found a wealth of legal documents. In the estate of Gertrude Van Doren, deceased. Poor Aunt Gertie. I wish I'd gone to her funeral. Iris skimmed the pages with growing disbelief. Her great-aunt Gertrude had left